Meet Me in the Morning. Whoa, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to think, how did that one first come together? Okay, so what was the origins of that? Oh, that I remember that one. We were up very late at night, and we were like, this is sick. Like, we were making some weird shit. Never was like we were doing some funny stuff, but like, I don't know, it was us three, like, super late at night. And Korea just like recorded that day, I think, and you like went to sleep that night, and we were just making spacey weird shit. We just loved the like feeling of how it felt, and we were like, well, this is so cool. And he's like, I don't know. And then I think we needed Cree to like put some structure with the drums or something. How did that happen?
I thought, is that the one that like it started off with like kind of like a national beat, and then instead of like doing that, we ended up like
we changed the beat.
We had a keyboard part, and we had that, and then
yeah.
Cree actually came in, and he was like, "What if we half-timed it?
Yeah,
you know, instead of
that's right.
Because before it was like double.
It was like
time.
the Elon Rubin.
It was really quick, and then Cree was like, "How about this?" Like this, the actual halftime, and then that changed the whole feel of the song.
The whole vibe of the song,
And that one just pumped, like, it just feels like the drums sound so huge.
Yeah, that snare slams on that song.
Yeah. Will killed it on that one. So.
Yeah, that was really cool, and it became like, whoa, like, it was like, that's like the Kingsley moment. It's like, man, like, we love these bands, like these big anthemic bands that play stadiums, and it's like, you try to be them, and then you have these moments where you make a song, you're like, oh, like, this is what makes them sound like how they do, like, this very slow and, like, just, man, ripping into, like, this, like, very slow, like, let it be slow, but be confident in, like, what you're doing with the slow, and it's got such a rhythm to it.
And we left, like, space.
Yeah, a lot of space in that one. I think it's all Moog, too. I don't even know if there's a real bass in that one. A lot of keys in that one.
I think so.
And it was just, like, man, like, that's
really, like, tasteful guitar, like, really kind of, like, open guitar parts.
Just
where you're like soft picking with your fingers.
Very loose.
And I remember, man, like, you know, just slow, and it just felt so good, and like, especially lyrically, like, man, during the album, we'd work until like 5, 6 a.m. and then I lived a block away, so, you know, I'd either walk home or I'd get in my car and like, you're like, and fucking it's just like a block away, and I like fell in love with these moments of the morning, and like we'd walk outside after working all night and all day, and it's just like the birds start chirping, and, you know, the sun's coming, and no one's actually awake yet, and it's like the silence of the world is like deafening. It's crazy. Like, you're like, whoa, and you're so inspired. It's almost like those moments where you wake up at 4 a.m. because you have like a job interview ready to have, and you walk outside and the world's peaceful, and like no one's woken up yet, but like the world's starting to wake up and you can hear it. And it was like my love song. I was like, I'm so in love with this moment. I'm so in love with how that feels. And you almost like, you have to describe it. You have to try to paint that picture because it's so surreal and it's so beautiful, and it touches your heart, you know. So that's And man, I you know, I wanted to put some Spanish in the song, and I had this phrase like "meet me in the morning," so I was like, hey, how can I say that? You know, "Encontrarme en la mañana" and "meet me in the morning," and it just, man, it felt good. It felt good, and you know, I got some Hispanic in me, and I want to put it out there, and you know, that goes out to my homies, my fan.